everybody, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome to another diecast restoration video. Hope everybody's keeping well and you're raring to go on this one. Before we start, I'd just like to say thank you to all my subscribers, old and new, and thank you to anybody who watches my videos, and thank you for, all the comments and support you've given me over the few years I've been doing this now. So it's much appreciated. Thanks very much. Okay, so this time it's a double restoration, and it's one I've had in the back of my mind for a little while. Now, it's the first part really of a project that I've started. I'm going along in the background doing the other part of this, as well as doing other models at the same time. So I've done this, the start of it now, and the next part, it might not necessarily be the next video, but it will be in one of the future videos not too far away. It just depends on how long it takes me to finish it, because I've got quite a bit of work on it, and so please bear with me on that one. So yeah, as I say, it is a double restoration, and it's a custom restoration, and what it is the Matchbox king size number 3 D9 Caterpillar tractors. I've done two, so it's the D9 Caterpillar tractors by LESNEY. Now what I've done, they should have like a bulldozer sort of blade on the front. That was missing off the two models, so I haven't bothered looking for one or two really to put on these models. What I've done, I've restored these, as I say, as a custom restoration, but with a sort of agricultural theme to it. So I don't really want them as a bulldozer, I want them more as a Caterpillar tractor, basically. That was my idea, but the scale's probably right for the project I'm going to do with it, but in real life these Caterpillar tractors would be quite huge, so probably a bit big for what my intended purpose for them is, if you understand, for this my model. If it was in real life, they'd probably be a little bit too big for what I'm portraying in them, if you like. I'm finding it difficult to to explain myself. You must be getting well and truly confused, but I think you'll probably see what I mean if you did Google the pictures of them in real life and you see these. You might see what I meant, what I'm getting at. So anyway, enough of the waffle, we need to get on with this. So as I always say, please sit back, relax, enjoy watching the video, see how I get on with these two little models. Right, okay then, let's take a closer look at these two. Right, well the first one is not in bad condition. It's all there, I think, apart from the tracks, which I have got. I got some from Model Supplies. Where have I got them? I've got them somewhere. go. 2 sets of tracks. I've got the black ones, so that's one for each one. Right, so yeah, they're in pretty good nick. Now I have googled these, and the real ones, and they should have some lights in there, so we're going to put some jeweled headlights in these. Now most of them, you can see where the pin goes through there for the front, the shovel or blade I should say. Now they were made with a blade, these models. Now I don't want to put the blade on because this video is going to be part 1 of a project I'm doing, so it's too much to do all in one video, so this is going to be the first part of the video, or the first video of 2 videos. Yeah, I don't know where you could get a blade from. Perhaps you can, perhaps you can't, other than sourcing a donor model, but I want these to be sort of more agricultural. I know in real life these are quite big machines. So it's, what's it, I can't even read what it is, I didn't know, D9, Caterpillar D9. Yeah, so there are a couple of pictures on Google of them without the blade on. But like I say, these I want to be agricultural. Now what I'm going to use them for, I'm not going to tell you yet because it will spoil it. But in real life they would probably be quite big, you know, way too big. Now they're different scale, I think, to the other part of, or the other bit of the model that I'm going to do, but they look alright with it, which is why I want to do this. So I want these to be sort of more agricultural tractors, like the the Blow-Knox bulldozer you got, and the Blow-Knox tractor. I want it to be like that, the tractor version. Whether they made one in real life or not, I don't know, but not that I've seen in the Google pictures. But anyway, we'll have to do a bit of make-believe here. Yeah, so I will put jeweled headlights in both of these, and yeah, we'll put the tracks. So the first one, it's all in good nick. This one's got a slightly bent hook. All the wheels on both models are not too bad. This one's got red wheels, that one's got silver wheels. Now I don't know what's the difference. Is it a difference in age, or did they do red and silver wheels side by side? Don't know, I haven't got a clue. I'm assuming, yeah, I don't know if these are, I think they're both lots of yeah, they're both plastic wheels. Now this one's got these bits bent in a bit, as you can see. But that's not a problem. So we need to straighten the hook, be very careful with that, and then we need to take these apart. I think this one's already off, coming apart a bit. Right, so to take them apart, we got a rivet there that we have to drill out. This is one of those, you know, where it's like a tongue in a groove and it's sort of splayed out to hold it there. I think once we've got this rivet off, that moving it up and down should get that out, and the way to put that back would be to just glue it, in my opinion. So you've got to get this out, get this base bit off before you can get the axles out to get the wheels off. So basically that's what we're going to have to do. Now this one's been all over painted in yellow. Somebody's touched up all the chips and the yellow doesn't quite match. This one's not, this is original. But these won't be going back as original. You can probably guess what colours they're going to go in. Because, well, you'll see when you go along, and I'll explain as we go along. Okay then, we'll get the drill and we will drill the bases off. Okay, here we go then. We'll start off with this one. probably not far off there. Let's get a screwdriver and see. If I can find one, that is. Why is it when you're fiddling around in the toolbox all you can find is Phillips screwdrivers? When you want an ordinary one, you can't find one. When you want a Phillips one, it's always these kind of ones that come out of the toolbox first. Well, in my experience anyway. Right. I don't know how the heck, there's nowhere to... Oh, maybe under there. There we go. Now. Come on now. How the heck dickens does that come out? You must have to... Okay, so I'm assuming oh dear, I thought that this was going to come out easy. Yeah, I think it probably will if I get myself into order. So we'll get that off, the front bit off if I can, but I thought it was going to come a bit easier than that, to be honest. Let's see. There, that's it. So that should slide forwards enough. Yeah, so you got to slide that forwards, lift it at the back, and then pull it back. That's the only way you can do it. And I can see that's going to be a bit of a pain to put it back because it's going to scratch the paint. And then, anyway, the axles just pull out. Then there's nothing holding them then. It's just that plate that holds them in. And then out with the engine, I assume that just drops out. I'm hoping. There. So that's simple enough. Could do a bit of detailing on that engine, so that's quite good. So that's the first one. Those wheels, actually, they are metal. These silver ones are metal, and those are plastic, so I'm assuming the metal ones were made first. Right, so let's put all these bits and pieces in a tub. Okay, right, so that's all ready for the caustic. And then we do the other one. Should be enough on that one. There you go. So just lift it a bit there. Get the screwdriver under the front bit, prise it up, push it forwards if you can, pull it up at the back, and then pull it backwards. And there you go, problem's your uncle. Off come the wheels and the axles. Out with the engine. There, nice easy thing. Okie doke, so we're going to get all this in the caustic. Well, I'll probably just straighten these up. I do it with the pliers because that's going to be easy to straighten up. So yeah, so these plastic wheels are left to go in the ultrasonic cleaner. The rest in the caustic. Okay, so I don't know where the hell that axle went. Oh, there. Right, so I'm gonna have to file that down a bit, that rivet head, and yeah, sorry, my battery went flat. Yeah, file these two rivet posts down a bit, and then we'll drill them out. I probably will screw these as well. I'll tap them and screw them. I wasn't a fan at first, I think I probably told you before, of doing that. got all the stuff I needed on Temu, and now I am quite a fan of doing that, because it does mean that you can undo them and revisit them another day if something goes wrong or you're not happy 100% with something. So yeah. Now what I was after, I don't know if it would be the right scale enough or it looks stupid, was one of the Britons, what do you call them, the ploughs you used to tow behind the tractors, self-lift ploughs were they called, on wheels, you know, and you had the levers coming towards the tractor. I had been looking at some on eBay, and there was one which was reasonably priced, but it was 18 quid. The seller sent me an offer, 18 quid, and when I clicked on it, I was going to accept it, and it came up, seller does not post to the Channel Islands, so I'm buggered with that. And it seems to be happening so much more. It's either collection only or seller does not post to the Channel Islands, and we never used to get all this before, and all of a sudden it started happening. And my mate buys a lot of records, one of my workmates, and he's been having the same thing, and it is frustrating. So something has changed on eBay. I don't know what the hell it is, but you know, I've just bought some of those Lado Days Gone to go in my racks I've got on the wall outside of this little shed thing, and the Jersey ones, luckily the seller is patient and everything, and he gone to a lot of trouble for me to get them. He wanted them to come back to Jersey. He bought them on his honeymoon in Jersey many moons ago, and he wants to sell them now, but he's happy, you know, really happy that they're coming back to Jersey. So it's he did go to a lot of trouble, and his listing was collection only as well, and it wasn't. He was happy to post to Jersey, but you know, he had to go to the post office to see what the postage was going to be, and yeah, it was fine once he'd done that, but there was a lot of toing and froing, and I don't know why this is happening. It's happening a lot, and there were a couple of other of these Britain's ploughs, which was, you know, they must be quite old Britain stuff, and I tried to bid on them, and it's both times seller doesn't post to the Channel Islands, so it's a pain in the flipping arse. Anyway, I've been digressing a bit, but I thought one of those ploughs would have been nice behind one of these. Okay then, well, we're going to get all this ready and you know, like I say, drilled out, and then get it in the caustic soda, and then I'll come back to you when it's all done, cleaned up, ready for the primer. Okay, see you in a few seconds. Okay, it's all cleaned up, ready for the primer. I've done it with methylated spirits. I wasn't sure about casting lines on these. I thought, oh, maybe that's a casting line, that's a casting line, and that's casting line, that's casting line. But then I've looked on the Google images of the real thing, and they're not casting lines. They're actually, you know, parts of the tin work. That's how they are. Yeah, I've had quite a job getting in all these spaces. I've had to use the little wire brushes, but it does look like that I haven't got in there, but I have got in there. I know I did this yesterday, but I might just go in there again, to be honest, because I'm not 100% happy with that. But anyway, I did file the casting lines. There was a big casting line down there, so I filed that off on both of them. So yeah, that's pretty much ready for the old primer, so I'm going to go out and do that now. These ones, there's a little bit of yellow paint left in the middle on that sort of casting line there. I haven't bothered filing those because they're going to be inside, so you won't see them. So yeah, we're all pretty much ready to go. So I'm going to go out and do the primer, and then I'll show you when I've done that. Okay, that's it, primer done. I just use the ordinary grey primer. I didn't put any filler primer, obviously. I don't want to fill in too much of the details. The front grill's a bit funny on that one, I don't know why it's gone like that. But anyway, I haven't quite got the headlights the same on both of them. They're a bit wider apart on this one, but I'm not too worried about that. Okay, so that's come out alright, primer, but like I say, it always does, or very seldom doesn't. So that's all the bits. And I'm going to go out now. Just got back from work. Sun's going down. I'm going to just have time to go out and put the colour on that. Okay, so I'll catch you when that's done. Right, okay, we got all the colour codes on. It's the next day now. Just got back from work. So that's green. The engines are red. And the, you know, what they call that, the bottom part is red. The engines I'm going to do some detailing on. And the wheels, the plastic wheels, I've washed them, so I think I will just leave them, the red ones, like that. That colour, I won't paint them. The metal ones, I was going to do them both silver actually, but I thought keep it true to CRAPAUD colours. I'll give them a clean, quick wire brush, and then I'll spray those red probably. It was either spray these red or spray those silver, or have one red and one silver, I don't know. But it's best to try and keep them the same. Right, so what I've got to do is to mask off this top bit of the bonnet to do the white. But I'm only going to do as far as this bit. That's going to stay green, and I'll probably only do as far as this line here. So not that much white. So that is the plan. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then I'll come back to you then. Right, here we go, all masked up. I hope it's going to be enough. So I'm going to go out and spray the white. I'm starting to get a bit dark. I think it's going to pee down with rain actually. The forecast isn't good for tonight. So I want to get this done as quick as I can. Okay, so I'll come back to you when that's done. Okay, so we've sprayed that. Now let's see. What kind of mess I've made. It's the paint is still wet actually. Okay, that's not good. That's not good. I'll get a different one of my... Oh dear. Get rid of that. I'll get a different clamp. I'll get a different clamp. Oh god, it's hooked in my fluorescent from my work clothes. Right, okay, that's a bit better. Okay, let's carry on. Let's carry on. More than likely the paint's gone through. But if it has, the green is easy to touch in or touch up or whatever it is you want to say. Now some paints you can touch up and you can really see it. That's green. It is very good. I don't know which bits come first. I've got to try and work it out because I can't remember in what order I put them. Oh, go on. Trying to get the masking tape off my tweezers. Okay, so it's got some green off there on the step. Well, not too worried because it will touch up alright. Like I say, it's a very forgiving paint, this one. Sorry, need to come more this way. That's the trouble when you mask it. On the inside you got the two sticky sides of the masking tape. Can't get that off my tweezers now. You get the two sticky sides of the masking tape joining together and it's like double stick, but that's the only way I could think to do it. That's alright. That's come out alright. That needs to go in and out from the inside. If only my tweezers would grip it. Okay, we got it. Push it in. Oh, it doesn't want to. It doesn't want to play ball. Come on. Okay, we got that bit off. We've got that bit off. Only the last bit across the front here. Okay, that's pretty much how I wanted it. Just that's not too bad. Not too bad at all. I'm pleasantly surprised. I thought I was going to have made a bit of a balls up again on that. So that's great. Okay, so I'm going to do the other one off camera because you'll be bored. And then we'll come back to it. Because I do want to do that exhaust in silver. I was toying with the idea of making it a little bit longer, but I might just leave it like that. Now these details, the cat D9, should really be in black, but I might just scrape them so that they're in silver, because I don't, if I try and put paint on them, it's not going to work because it's so tiny. Yeah, it's so tiny. I think I'll just scrape them so they'll have to be silver. I'm not sure what that is there, whether that's flipping masking tape, sticky off the masking tape. I'll try that with a bit of polish, see if that comes off. So I've got a bit of detailing to do here. The seat I'll do in black, the cushions. Like I say, the exhaust will go silver. Looking at the Google pictures. Yeah. The front grille, it's got to stay that colour because it's, you know, the Caterpillar was yellow and everything was yellow on it. I've just done this because I want it to be Crapaud Transport or Heavy Blonde, belonging to Crapaud Transport, another branch of the firm. So that's why they're in those colours. Okay, I'll catch you when the other one's done. Okay, so that's the other one. Turned out alright, just a little tiny bit of green off there. So that's nothing. Yeah, so that's brilliant. It's come out alright. So what I'll have to do next, I'll have to do the exhaust in silver, do the seat, put the decals on, which are those heavy plant hire. I think it would just fit along there. It'll have to go a bit on the top of the bonnet. I might put Crapaud Transport on the back of those. I don't know if it'll show up very well in the green because this is transparent, but it'll come out sort of black if nothing else, so it should show up enough. Okay, so I'll touch up those little bits and pieces and do the other bits of detailing, and then yeah, we'll come back to it. Right, okay, we've got that all done, lacquered, decals on. I did some black wash in the front grills, which didn't look too bad until I lacquered them, and it's kind of gone a bit funny, but it still doesn't look too bad. You know, it seems like it's gone to a bit thick bit right in the middle, whereas when I did it, it was all nice and even. But anyway, done the seats. I had the wrong black, I had metallic black, and I didn't notice till I'd done it, but anyway. Yeah, so I've done a bit of details, the exhaust, air cleaner and the other bits and bobs. I've scraped the cat, you can't really see it that well, rather than doing it black. Yeah, so that's those. Now, detailing, I did a little bit on the engine, just the manifold, like sort of rusty colour because it heated up. I've gone more or less from the real picture on Google, apart from these filters on the side. I just thought I'd do those silver. I didn't do anything on the other side, and I've done the front pulley silver. I know it probably wouldn't have been, it'd have been all the same colour, but it just breaks it up a little bit, makes it a little bit more interesting. Okay, so what we've got to do now, put the headlights in, jeweled headlights. Oh, I've painted and lacquered the wheels. I've decided to go all red. The ones on, well, one set of wheels was already red plastic, so I've just washed those. There's one of them here. I'm just going to leave them slightly different red than what I've painted these, but you know, doesn't matter. Bit of variation in the two, doesn't matter too much. I did think to leave them silver, and then I thought, well, all the other little wheels on the base, you know, all these are all red, so if I put silver on those two, it looks stupid, so that's what I've done. I've done them all red. Okay, so we're going to put the jeweled headlights in, and then I'll have to clean up the axles, do the final clean up on them, polish them up a bit after our lemon juice, and then we'll be putting them back together. Okie doke. Okie dokie then, here we go. Got our gem tack. I'll try and get it in the right place. down the stick. Right, okay, let's give it a whirl. I've got my bit of blue tack on the end of a cocktail stick. Gonna have a little bit more luck with that. I need to tighten my clamp. There's one. I can't get the blue tack to stick now. Make it a little bit more tacky. Not the model, the blue tack. Okay. We got the second one in. There you go. So that's the first one. Put that over to one side. And we'll do the second one. One thing I did notice that I didn't notice when I started the model is the floorboards, or the floor part. I don't know if you can see on this one, it's ridged. It's all ridged in here. This one isn't, it's just smooth. And you know, the whole time I did it, wire wheeling and you know, doing all the bits and pieces, I never noticed that they were different on that that bit of detailing. So there you go. I'm going to have to look back at the film to see which base goes on which one, because I know they should you know, fit both bases. Well, they will fit, but one, if you put the right bases on, when I'd undone them and I tried them, the both bases fitted better on the ones that came off. So it's best to try and keep them the same. Right. Okay, oh, might help if I put some glue in that first. There we go, we got our gem tack. There you go. And this, as I've said before, this dries see-through, so if any does squirt out, it's not the end of the world. Okay, here we go. Oh, that's it. Couldn't get it off the end of the stick. Yeah, and I've just chipped the paint on my fingernail, my thumbnail. Cabbage. So that's going to be a little touch up. There we go. Sorry, I keep banging my head on the camera. Okie doke, so that's that one. We'll leave that dry. I better touch that chip up now. And then that's it, we should be all ready. Well, like I say, clean the axles up, and then I'll give them a polish with my what's the name, Brasso again. They should be alright with that, and then we'll do the assembly. Right, okay. We're all ready to put them back together. Now I'm guessing the plastic wheels go on this one that hasn't got the detail on the foot plates, because I'm figuring that most likely will be the more modern one or the later one, but I don't know, I might be wrong. Right, so what we'll do, move this out the way to start with. Move the first one out the way, so we got a bit of room, and then we'll do this one first. Okay, so this is the one I've painted the wheels. Actually, I might be getting the wheels muddled up, I don't know. So, excuse me, I'm just going to have a drink of, I've got some chicken stock here with boiling water, lovely, it's like soup. Right, okay, so I think the first thing we got to do, move that back, is get the engine in. Now, that's got to go with the pulley to the front. I think that's it. Then we're going to have to put the axles through, I should think. Am I doing this right, or am I doing it wrong? I might be doing it wrong. Yeah, I can't put both the axles through, can I? So I'm going to have to. How the hell am I going to do this? Right, okay, so this one will probably have to go last. So maybe I can put that one through first. Okay, this is going to be a bit of a fiddle, I think, to put one of the wheels on. Now the wheel on. If I can find the middle. And I think we'll have to go in that way. And we'll probably have to hold, this is a right fiddle. Hang on, if I put one of the wheels on there, and then, yeah, it's going to have to go in there. Okay, then I'll have to slide the other wheel in there, which is a fiddle. Especially if I can't get that axle through this axle hole this side. Okay, I've got that lined up. I've pushed it too far through now. Okay, there we go. Get him in. That's it. Okay, we got that in. Now we can push that down to hold that all together. Okay, what I should have done that I haven't done. See, I probably didn't need to do that. Now you can put the axles through first. Look. Anyway, what I am going to do, if this stops tipping over on one side, can I use anything on there? Okay, that might do. I'm just going to put a little blob of super glue on that. Or yeah, I'll put it on that. There. I didn't want that to happen, but there you go. Here's a fiddle. Okay. Right, so we put this back through now. I've chipped some of the paint on that. Never mind. Okay, that's it. So that's down. So that shouldn't come off now, and then we'll put the screw in. I perhaps should have painted the screw, but I haven't. But it's underneath, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, it's quite a long screw that. I haven't really got the right screwdriver. Yeah, I used the small one, I don't know. Yeah. Okay. So that's in. And then, where did I say I put the tracks now? Here we go. Courtesy of Model Supplies. And my stomach's rumbling because I'm starving. Do you think I can open the bag? Okay, I've got it. So yeah, I decided to go with the black tracks. Unfortunately, they're not great because the way they're moulded, but that's the way they're moulded because they're all exactly the same. They've all got that, excuse me, funny bit in them. Don't know if I can trim that a bit maybe. Make it look a little bit better. Especially that knobbly bit. I'll make it look not quite so noticeable. Still a bit knobbly. Oops, I've taken a bit too much off that. That's better. Okay, so we'll put that on the inside. Cabbage, I've just chipped the wheel now, putting that on. Oh. Okay, there we go. That's on. We've got a roller. So that's the first one. I'll touch those bits up on the base afterwards. Okay, so we'll move on to the second one now. Get the motor in. Right. pulley to the front. It's a bit tight between the axle. Now that's in. It's got to go the right way around so that that turbo lines up with the exhaust. Right, so we can put the wheels, we said, eh? And axles. Right. Put that way because there's like a moulding on the inside. A stamp. Don't know if they're all the same. I don't know. I thought one side just looks wider than the other side now looking at that. Don't know which way they go. I think they actually go with the narrow side on the outside. So I put that one the wrong way. That's a bit of a fiddle. Okie dokie. Doing it with my teeth again. Bit of super glue. Shaking a bit again. It's fine until you start trying to do something delicate, and then, well, then I start shaking all over the place. Okay, now I've got this bloody thing jammed now. Okay, now she's gone. That's it. Click that into place. Look at that, I've just got super glue on my finger and stuck it to that. Oh, what a cabbage. What an absolute cabbage. That's not going to come off now. Okay, I've managed to get the super glue off with the Autosol. The only trouble is I've got some of the paint off there. Tiny bit of the white paint off, so the green is showing through, so I'll have to try and just touch that up if I can. Okay, we'll go back to this and I'll try putting the screw in. I wish I hadn't bothered with the super glue now. Never mind. Okay. Right. Okay. So what I need to do now is just put the tracks on that one. Just trim them up a little bit again. Okie dokie, let's try and put those on without doing too much more damage. Okay, that's it, we have a roller. Right, well, I'm going to touch up all these little bits, all these cock-ups I've made, and then we'll come back to it. Right, okay then, well that's it. We've touched up all the little blemishes and chips that I did. I'm putting them together. I've touched up the bonnet on that one, and I've polished in to make it blend in. Done it with a bit more of the Otosol. It seems to have done alright. Yeah, so that's two more diecast models, this time saved from the Matchbox LESNEY scrapyard. So that's that. So I do hope you've enjoyed this one. I've quite enjoyed doing it. Just bear in mind that this is the first part of another video. You know, it's part of a project I'm doing. So please bear that in mind. Okay, so thank you very much for watching, and like I say, I do hope you've enjoyed it. I've quite enjoyed doing these, something a little bit different again. And you know, if you have enjoyed it, then please join me again next time for another diecast restoration video. And as I say, hopefully it'll be the second part of this one, but it might not be. There might have to be one in between. I don't know how long it's going to take me. I have been doing it a bit in the background and of some other models, you know, just to keep my videos going. But when it comes along, I will tell you. So yeah, thanks very much for all your support, and then yeah, join me again next time. So until then, please take care, look after yourselves, and we'll see you in the next video. Cheerio for now. Bye bye. Abato. Toodaloo.